Doing here today. This is Odka from Outrage Gaming. Just wanted to give a quick rundown and overview of a few of the changes for Protection Warriors and a few changes that they've made with the stat squish. Um, Health for Warriors and all tanks in general have been squished down. I was at 730k before the squish. Now I'm at 93,688. So as you can tell, it's a huge squish down on the tanks. As far as the amount of health that they have and the amount of damage that we do, everything has just been totally changed. A lot to back the way it was back during BC. You'll see smaller numbers. Take a little more incoming damage, but it'll be spread out over time. It's not as bad. I've tanked a few upper Blackrock Spires over the last couple days, and it's actually it's pretty smooth. You have to use your cooldowns and stuff. You have to be a smart tank. So let's just go over a few things with the stat squish. Right here's a pair of the gauntlets of the Prehistoric Marauder. It's the 569 item level with the upgraded 4 times. It's changed immensely. Now the 569s are heroics because of the way they've relabeled the raid sections and stuff. But as you can tell, the gems 10 strength, 5 crit, 5 strength, 10 crit. Crit's only 30, haste only 32. But everything has been squished down, so I mean, as you can tell, the numbers are quite a bit smaller than what we're used to seeing. Upper Blackrock Spire drops some new gear. As you can tell, it strength, stamina, haste, bonus armor, and agility. For a ring that dropped out of there, it's a 550 item level ring. The agility's bleeped out because warriors don't use agility. Our biggest stat is strength and stam as warrior tanks. And then with the extra enhancements and stuff that we get, let's see. Next thing we'll talk about is the enhancements: crit strike, haste, mastery, spirit, bonus armor, multi-strike, leech, versatility, and avoidance. All that stuff will come into play. The versatility, multi-strike, leech, and avoidance will come into play at level 100. As you can see, the attack para is way down. It's 1587 now, top end. Armor is only 1457, which reduces 58% of the damage taken. As before, it was around 65 to 68%. This is normally where most of us topped out at. Dodge, parry, and block all still kind of work the same. The way that they're figured is based off the strength that you get with the stats off the gear. As a protection warrior, we have lost a few abilities. We lost cleave. We no longer have cleave. We lost shattering throw. We no longer have shattering throw. Some of our abilities have also been revamped and redone. Take devastate, for instance, one of our biggest things that would put the sunder armor effect. It no longer does that. Now it does a reduction on the cooldown of shield slam and causes it to generate 5 more rage when it hits. Our shouts now are 60 minutes instead of 5 minutes. Going over here to the next page, we have heroic leap, heroic strike, heroic throw, intervene, basically all the same talents that we had before. We have mocking banner. That's the only banner that they did not take away from us. We lost our other banners. Revenge has kind of been revamped a little bit. It actually hits 3 targets now instead of 2. Shield barrier and shield block work the same. Shield block, on the other hand, now you have to have a talent for the 30% increase in damage from shield slam. You have to have a talent called heavy repercussions to allow your shield to hit as hard as it was hitting pre-squish. Mind you, the numbers are lower. Thunderclap still works the same. Shockwave, shield slam all still work the same. On that note, also, we'll look at our talent tree real quick, and you'll notice that Tier 1's our charge abilities: Warbringer, Juggernaut, and Double Time. Tier 2 is Enraged Regeneration, Second Wind, and Impending Victory. And the third tier is the all-new talents. It's the Heavy Repercussions, the Sudden Death, and then Unyielding Strikes. I haven't played with Sudden Death and Unyielding Strikes yet. As a tank, the Heavy Repercussions seems like it would be the way to go. I am going to try out Unyielding Strikes, though. I think that it might be an increase in DPS. I'm not sure. We'll see. Tier 4 is Stormbolt, Shockwave, and Dragon's Roar. Naturally, we normally use Shockwave. I've seen a few tanks use Dragon Roar. Stormbolt's not really an AoE ability. The 5th tier is Mass Spell, Reflect, Safeguard, and Vigilance. Take your pick there on those. We still have Intervene, so Safeguard, some tanks like it, some tanks don't. With the amount of spell damage, I tend to go for Mass Spell, Reflect. Tier 6 is Avatar, Bloodbath, and Bladestorm. That's an interesting tier setup for me. I'm trying out Bloodbath now. I haven't played with it very much yet as a tank since the stat squish. Before, it was a pretty good talent to have to keep your bleeds up for AoE. But Bladestorm also, it's Bladestorm. Avatar, it still does the same thing. You turn into a Colossus. And then the tier 100 talents, you have Anger Management, Ravager, and Gladiator's Resolve. Interested to play with those when we hit level 100. I think it'll be a good thing. Overall, as far as the changes with warrior tanks, I haven't noticed a huge difference in the amount of damage that is incoming. Over the last couple days of playing, it just really hasn't been a huge difference that I could tell. As far as the amount that incomes, I know with the new Upper Blackrock Spire, you've got to take your time. You actually have to pull like you're supposed to pull. You can't just run in through stuff and start pulling stuff like we used to. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. That's just a quick rundown. I'm going to have some videos up for Blackrock Spire and stuff coming up tonight too. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. We'll get into some more videos later on once we get to level 100 and get you guys some good solid concrete information on which glyphs to use, so on and so forth. Once again, the Sidecut from Outrage Gaming.